So what do these four things have in common? Glad you asked. Let me tell you. Here's the thing. I am not a doctor, I am not an expert, I am not a nutritionist, but I do know one thing. It is super highly recommended by every resource that I've ever seen that if you are a vegan or on a plant-based diet, you need to be taking B12 supplements. Now, further research into how much has shown a little bit of a disparity in numbers, but suffice to say, usually speaking, if you are getting it from supplements in your food, like fortified foods that have B12, you need 2 to 3 micrograms a day. Okay, if you're getting it from cobalamin, or is that what it's called? Methylcobalamin, you need 10 micrograms a day, because the body doesn't absorb it exactly the same. So, what does that have to do with these things? This happens to be coffee, by the way, just saying. Let me explain. I was taking a multivitamin that has a little bit of B12 in it, and I thought, okay, well, that's pretty good. It's not great. It's just, it has enough. I'll get to the numbers in a second. And then I realized that my Oatly that I like to put in my coffee also has a little bit in it. Now this is considered a fortified food, where this would be the cobalamin in pill form, right? So if I do like 2 mugs like this a day, I'm getting about a cup of the Oatly, and that comes to 1.2 micrograms a day. So it's about half, about half of what I need for a whole day for the supplement. If I took my Centrum, I'm getting, let's see, I believe it's 100, but let me make sure, 100 micrograms in a day. Now, it says 4,167%. That's just enormous, but it is actually 10 times that amount. So that plus this should be enough, right? Well, keep hearing, you can never have too much and any excess is just gonna go out of your system. So we got this. Now this is the type that comes with an eyedropper, and it has the bulby thing on top, and it's red liquid. It tastes like cherry kind of, and you put it under your tongue. Well, here's the funny thing. A couple weeks ago, we started really taking this regularly every morning. You're supposed to take it on an empty stomach. And then I would end up taking my pills, and this is one of my pills, and I'd have my coffee almost directly after. And almost every day for a couple of weeks, I felt nauseous, a little dizzy, and I was getting headaches. And it's just not like me to feel like that in the morning. So I started thinking, well, maybe my coffee after 35 years is finally becoming a problem. That seemed a little odd, but this is the first thing I put in my body every morning for about 35 years now. So it seemed a little strange. So one day I only did half this much, and I felt a little better. I still felt a little bit nauseous and a little headachy, but I felt a little better. And I thought, okay, maybe it is the coffee. I don't know. Then I started really digging into things a little bit more and said, okay, well, what's changed? I realized I've been taking this every morning. So I started looking into the numbers and found out more, a little refresher. It's been a while since I looked this up, so I found out that this alone gives me enough. This is a nice supplement to this. So I'm getting a fortified source and a cobalamin source, and that should be plenty. Well, for some unknown reason, we thought we weren't getting enough, so we started taking this sublingual one. This one has 5,000 micrograms. That alone is 500 times the amount that you need for a day, according to the sources that I have found. Now, are these sources completely right? I don't know. I'm just saying this has been my experience. So I cut this one out, and instead, I just take these two now. So I'm getting 100 to 102-ish a day. And guess what? The day I cut out the sublingual, my headaches went away, my nausea went away, and I was able to drink my beloved coffee yet again. So, if you have questions about how much B12 you should be taking, you should probably ask your doctor. This has just been my experience with what happened to me, and I'm going to see my doctor in just a few weeks. I'm going to ask them how much I really should be taking. I don't believe that I'm in any risk of deficiency, especially since this, but I want to make sure that I'm getting enough without overdoing it, because apparently I'm one of those people that's going to be sensitive to those effects first thing in the morning. Oh, one thing I forgot. this 5,000 micrograms first thing in the morning, and then having coffee that has caffeine in it right away, caffeine speeds the absorption of B12 into your system. So it was like a mad rush of B12 going into my system. Craziness, nutrition, you gotta love it. There's just so many things that we might not know, or ways things interact that we might not know. When in doubt, always ask a doctor, but also trust your body. I wasn't feeling good, so I looked into it, made a change. Things seem to be better now. Now, here's the thing. I only started taking this a few weeks ago. I've had blood work done before, and my B12 numbers were always just fine. So, is this necessary? Probably not. It's also not cheap. So, hey, we get to save some money. But this is just my opinion, as I said before, because I am not a doctor nor a nutritionist. So take it as you will. But as always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.